Welcome back to House 17. Today we're going to talk about some tips on sticking to a schedule. All the tips in today's video are also posted in the House 17 website in the resources section, which is linked in the description section of this video.
The first part of sticking to a schedule is building a schedule. The teachers at School 17 have scheduled each day out for your kids already. Every hour has an activity they should be engaged with. Something to consider, though, is adding to your child's schedule the time before and after school.
It's helpful to keep up with a morning routine as if they're still going to a classroom. This means waking up in the morning at the usual time, showering, getting dressed, having breakfast.
After the school day's over, let your kids take a break. Encourage kids to do activities that don't involve screen time, since they've likely been online all day. Encourage kids to go play outside if they can. Maybe they can work on some arts and crafts or play a game inside. In addition to the well-needed restoration, kids will like knowing they have a specific time built in their day for play.
All right, awesome. So we're done here, right? We got a schedule in place, easy.
Hold on. So you're telling me every kid, every day, is going to get out of bed, get ready for school, engage the whole day without any complaints, distractions, any type of challenging?
Fair point. Let's talk about some ways to set ourselves up for success and troubleshoot when there are challenges.
First is to set up expectations to treat online school like real school. This means homework and attendance matter. It's important kids understand that school is starting. Even though it's a different type of school year, the expectations to go every day and participate are still in place.
It's helpful to have all of the adults in your child's life encourage the importance of going to and participating in school. There are other adults outside of family and school kids look up to who can help too. For example, celebrities might even be an avenue to help get your kid motivated. LeBron James is a great example.
His I Promise campaign has kids take a pledge to promise to participate in school and reach their goals. School 17 also encourages this type of a verbal commitment through their morning song and mission. Going through the I Promise statements is just another way to help you and your kids remind each other of the importance of education. For younger kids, there is a YouTube video of the picture book I Promise being read aloud. Here's a link. For kids of all ages, along with parents and caregivers, we have PDF versions of the promise statements linked into the House 17 resources and in the description below.
Another tip is being mindful of the environment. To help kids get into their routine, try to set up a place in your home where your child can focus on schoolwork. If possible, try to make sure the space is dedicated to schoolwork time and in a different space than their bedroom or their play area. Having that consistent environment associated with school will help them be in their school time mindset versus play mindset or relaxing mindset. This also helps to ensure that they keep work out of places they typically relax. It's unlikely that you may have a whole separate space for your child to work, so consider making it a part of the morning routine to maybe make the space together. You can help get the dining room chair into the workspace or a table space for their laptop and work materials. The more they're a part of their routine, the easier it can be to transition.
Within that environment, it can be helpful to keep your child's schedule up around them so they know what's coming next. Having a visual reminder helps them feel prepared. Again, each teacher has a nice visual on their class website. If you aren't able to print this out, it can be helpful to physically write it down in some type of way and have the schedule posted on the wall or next to your child throughout the day.
Once you have kids set up and on their schedule, reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. This means rewarding them when they do things right. Rewarding doesn't always mean something tangible like a prize or a toy. Using simple verbal comments can keep kids motivated. Saying things like, wow, you worked so hard today, or I'm so proud of you, great job finishing all your assignments, can go a long way. It's also important to try to reinforce them throughout the day too. Send a little text message maybe or an email, or if you are still home with them, you can do a small check-in to praise them for sticking to their schedule.
The next thing that's important to consider is your needs as a parent, especially if you're working from home now too. If you're working from home, it can be tricky with the kids around. Set up some expectations with your kids about when you'll be able to help and when you won't.
If you have the flexibility, try to line up your schedule so you're doing things like taking a lunch break at the same time or looking at your kids' individual schedule that can help figure out when you can build breaks in to line up with times they may need support.
Your kids might struggle to be independent at first, especially if they're really excited to have you around 24/7, but they will gradually get used to it. You probably won't be as productive as usual, and that's okay. Like Mary said earlier, using lots of reinforcement can go a long way to help them become more independent. Wow, you worked by yourself for 30 minutes. Great job. And building in lots of breaks, especially for younger children, will help them in sticking to their schedule.
With these tips, don't forget, you aren't alone in communicating this to your kids. The teachers and support staff are all going to be making sure kids are engaged and reaching out if there are barriers. You can also reach out to them and let teachers know what additional supports you may need, and School 17 will use their resources and partners to help where they can.
Above all, as you navigate your new routine, try to have patience and practice empathy for yourself and your kids. This can be really difficult in times of crisis, but it's also more important than ever.
We hope you found these tips helpful. If you aren't already there, visit the House 17 website where all this info can be found by clicking on the stack of books on the bookshelf.
And that's all we have for today. See you next time.